What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Captain Harris channel. Today,
I'm here with Adrian Smith.
It's a Halloween special today. This wasn't my original idea. I originally wanted to get a bald cap, and I wanted to be sexy Blaze Bailey, but...
There's nobody sexier than the original.
Just didn't have time for that, so had to whip out the old Adrian Smith costume for my little sexy goatee. Today, we have a nice gourd here, and we are going to just chat and carve this pumpkin Iron Maiden style on camera. I did print out my own pattern. I like to carve pumpkins when I was like a teenager, and I've done basically every Iron Maiden pattern that's been on the internet. So I was looking at them all, I'm like, eh. So I stole Paul the Moderator's profile picture because it was just perfect. It was so easy to transform into a pumpkin carving pattern.
Wow, so we're staying away from Eddie.
Yeah, well, it's the devil from Number of the Beast. It doesn't get more spooky Halloween than that, does it?
The devil is very Halloween.
It's not Eddie, but it's still Iron Maiden themed, so I'm going to be carving this today. Okay, so back when I carved pumpkins, the kits always came with like this poking tool, and you would put this on your pumpkin, and you'd poke around the pattern, but this thing says to do stuff a little differently. I'm going to attempt to do it how the Pumpkin Master's Guide says to do it, and tape over the pattern, and then just cut directly through the paper. Alright, so I've seen online people carve out the bottom.
Really?
Yeah, and it takes all, like, it's just like, it all comes out because it's all kind of connected to the bottom. So
that's smart.
I'm going to try that today.
Oh, I want to do that.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just going to start sawing. Now, how do we pull it out?
Oh.
I like that. Like a paint can. Oh, look at that. Look at the guts.
Look at the bones!
Yep, get all the way in there.
It looks pretty good.
Here we go. There. Alright, so we have tape. Show the camera what we've done. We've covered it in tape.
Yes.
And why is that?
I don't know. It's just what the pumpkin masters say to do, and you know,
Okay.
I don't question the pumpkin masters.
Always consult the masters.
I assume it's probably easier than doing what I did as a kid, and you like poke the holes in the design and then cut where the holes are, but using my good shipping tape for this. Right, so that's what you should look like, the end thing. It's a little lopsided, but I'm not going back to do it again. What kind of Halloween things should we talk about? What the spookiest Iron Maiden songs are? The scariest?
Wow.
You can go album by album.
Alright, let's do it. Let's do spookiest song every album, and you guys get in the comments if you agree or disagree.
Alright, I don't like what these pumpkin masters told me to do, so I'm going to use my dart awl, which is a leather working tool, and I'm going to do it the way that I remember knowing how to do it, So how I remember doing it, there was a tool where you would poke holes along the pattern, and you take the pattern off, and you just cut out, like, connect the dots. Alright, this is already going not great. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but...
We've already spent like 40 minutes on this.
Yes. This is very hard to see. I probably should have made the holes bigger, but I was trying to get it done as fast as I could, so, we might just have a little bit of a special devil on our hands, so that's okay, but I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna turn out, guys.
The creepiest, how about we talk about the creepiest Iron Maiden song on each album? So of course we'd have to start back with the first album. There's quite a few to pick from here. Like, I know what you're thinking already, but like, I think Prowler is creepy.
That's creepy in a different way, though.
Strange World is creepy and weird. I think everyone knows at home, though, it's going to be...
Well, Phantom of the Opera is just classic. You know, it's classic, you know,
horror.
Play about it. And...
It's a classic horror film. So, okay, Phantom of the Opera for the first album. What are you doing? You're doing the...
I'm trying to do his nose. I'm trying to, like, do the most obvious bits first so I can, like, I'm using the old pattern to...
Yeah, let's see the pattern. So this is what we're looking for.
Oh, here.
Let's
see.
Oh.
Now I can see where they were coming from, so, you know, don't doubt the masters.
Which brings us to number 2, one of the creepiest albums of all, Killers. Now, what creepy options do we have on Killers? We have
I think you know what my answer is going to be.
Twilight Zone
Yes.
is a creepy song.
Murders in a Room Morgue.
Murders in the Room Morgue, extremely creepy.
I would call
However,
it creepy more than it is like, there's horror themes.
horror themed. It's not a scary sounding song, but I think we're both thinking the same thing. What kind of sounds the creepiest and has the creepiest themes? It has to be the title track.
Yes.
Killers.
Now, do we think they're going to play Killers next year?
Killers next year. That's a really good question. I think it's fairly likely. However, now that the unfortunate news of Paul has happened, I think there's potential for maybe a different song, like Remember Tomorrow or Strange World or something a bit different. But I think of all those, I would still prefer to hear Killers.
Yeah.
Because they haven't played it since, what, 99?
Something like that.
It does need to be played.
Stay tuned for our speculation. We still have to get together with Logan, but we keep going on opposite tour dates.
But moving on to Number of the Beast. What are our options for creepy songs from Number of the Beast?
Title track.
The Number of the Beast.
Stop calling them creepy. It's not about being creepy. There's nothing truly creepy about any Iron Maiden song.
Well, Number of the Beast is literally about demons coming through to our world. So I think we have to give it to Number of the Beast.
Yes, though, hallowed be thy name is, borderline, I'd say, qualifies.
We're at Peace of Mind. We're now removing Eddie's head and we're taking his brain out.
Kind of like how we took out the seeds of the pumpkin.
Exactly, that's where I was going with this.
Lobotomized. I would say still life.
Maiden changed a lot on Peace of Mind, so we're not so much running through the London subways anymore.
No.
Now we're getting a little more whimsical. Power Slave.
Which most of those songs have nothing to do with any kind
No.
of wicked themes, but Power Slave I would say is probably your closest bet. I mean, it's just about life after death and ancient Egypt and stuff like that. When I think about that, I think about the Mummy ride at Universal, and that's scary. that's kind of scary.
There's always a connection. Now these next two will be difficult because I think Somewhere in Time is probably the most fun album. Caught Somewhere in Time.
Well, with Bruce's, you gotta get what you can take on this album. So the
creepy laugh, yeah, the Bruce's crazy laugh.
Keep saying creepy.
Alright, I'm going to expel creepy from my vocabulary for the rest of this video if I can. Yeah, okay, Caught Somewhere in Time, because I don't think Alexander the Great or Loneliness of the Long Distance Runner is going to cut it for Halloween theme.
Deja Vu, it's Sea of Madness, maybe with Sea of Madness, I don't know. But
Oh, you're killing this.
I'm trying.
This is moving a lot faster now. Now that we've removed the paper,
He's not gonna look good, I will tell you that.
I think he's going to look better than you think.
I really don't, but thank you for believing in me.
Seventh son of a seventh son.
In concept album, you could argue the whole thing, but
The entire thing is about prophecy and having 7 children, which is terrifying.
well, I think Moonchild probably, because it's based off of a work by Aleister Crowley, so.
Of course it is. Thank you, Bruce. Made a lot of progress. Should we show them where we're at?
I guess. I won't be able to tell very well until it's lit up.
Oh, I see it. I can see
Yeah.
it.
His teeth are gonna look a little bit mangled, but what can you do?
Okay. Adrian has had enough of Halloween, and
Except for my one song.
Yeah, Adrian has now left, and he contributed one song, Hooks in You.
So I think that one should win.
Fair enough. I would disagree, since Bruce decided to write a song for Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's true.
So that one has to go to Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter.
That's fair.
Fear of the Dark,
Favorite album.
#1 album, and #1 song, and is definitely
Oh,
the scariest theme on that album.
On that album, for sure.
This one's super thick.
I know, I'm sick of it.
I just noticed how thick it is.
Look at this.
What's the scariest song?
You almost
On
said
X
it, didn't
Factor.
you?
I almost said the C word. Sign of the Cross. 2 a.m. Lord of the Flies.
Probably, in my opinion, Lord of the Flies. But it's scary per se.
I'm
but
scared.
That's a you problem.
Virtual 11 is the happiest sounding album for the saddest time
Yeah.
in the band's history. There's no song on Virtual 11 that you could play on Halloween night and people would get down to. I mean, what is there? There's Future Real, there's Two Worlds Collide.
Como estás, amigos?
That wouldn't go well at a Halloween party at all.
Lightning strikes twice. Don't look to the eyes of a stranger. Maybe that one, because it's, stranger danger.
It looks like you're like 3/4 of the way done now.
I don't know, I'm just nervous about his forehead area.
Luckily, it's 2000 now, and Bruce brings his occult themes back to Iron Maiden. First song, number 1 song, Wicker Man. Is there anything that would be better than that song?
Probably not.
Plus, it was written by you, so of course you have to advocate for that. No, I think this album will be very easy. Dance of Death.
Title track.
Title track, Dance of Death. It's about another dream. Steve loves his dreams, where he's dancing and prancing.
Is it about an actual dream hand?
I think so.
I don't think so.
I think it is. I think, and I could be wrong, but I think Dance of Death is a Steve song about...
Steve Yannick.
Yeah, and the lyrics are about a dream that Steve had. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I personally don't think I've ever heard that story before.
Well, maybe you missed that.
Maybe you misheard.
No, I mean, obviously Number of the Beast is
Yes, I've
that's
heard.
the story for Number of the
I've heard
Beast.
that one,
But I also think Dance of Death is that other one that he had a dream about.
what other one?
see.
I've never heard of that.
Interesting. We'll look it up. Okay, moving on. A Matter of Life and Death. Every song is war themed.
Yeah, so it's difficult, but personally, I would think something like Lord of Light, because Lord of Light is just another name for the devil.
All right, yeah, we'll give it to Lord of Light.
Because everything else is like, just sad war themes and stuff like that, so don't really fit the Halloween narrative. But, that's not their job. It doesn't look great, but we'll see how he looks.
It doesn't look amazing, but wait till the finished product.
When it looks even worse.
Exactly. So that would put us at the final frontier. Aliens and he's coming to get you.
Oh, I was scared of aliens as a kid.
What's El Dorado about? That's about signing contracts.
Ripping people
Ripping
off
people
and sinking their ship.
That's not too scary. Talisman, we've got Isle of Avalon.
I mean, Talisman could be kind of scary from a sailor's perspective.
Well, hang on. What about Where the Wild Wind Blows? Like that's
Yeah.
that's pretty apocalyptic sounding, and
I thought it was when the wind blows.
when the wild wind blows.
Yes. These people are gonna be like, oh boy, I can't wait to see Captain Harris's pumpkin. I'm gonna turn around, it's gonna look awful.
Now, if Eternity Should Fail has a cauldron.
What else has cauldrons? Witches. What else floats?
A duck. Very small stones.
Completely wrong. I love that line. It's so stupid.
Anyway, Book of Souls, I think title track
Yeah.
has to be the most scary song. Just because Bruce pulls Eddie's heart out during that song.
Yes.
Very gruesome. Very
Gruesome twosome.
body horror. So we'll give it to that, which brings us to the last album so far, Senjutsu. The scariest theme, maybe the parchment, or writing on the wall is apocalyptic.
Yeah, I mean, I would say parchment sound-wise, but writing on the wall, like, themed.
The actual lyrics of writing on the
a
wall,
bit more.
especially seeing the video, like you could watch that on Halloween. So, writing on the wall?
Sure.
Right. That's all the albums.
That is all the albums. Those are B-sides.
Scary,
Sheriff of Huddersfield.
scary B-sides like Virus.
This is so stressful. I made a wrong cut, so his whole entire forehead could just
Collapse.
collapse. Could just fall out. I'm not even going to bother with the intricacies in his forehead. He's just going to have a widow's peak and a nice Botoxed forehead, nice and smooth. Alright, well, I think that's as good as he's gonna get.
Well, how about you show the people that haven't seen anything yet? Wow, look at that.
Kind of see it. We'll obviously get a candle, turn the light off, and see how he lights up, but I don't think he's great. Alright.
That doesn't look bad at all.
Let's turn the lights off.
Oh, look at that. That looks amazing!
Think so?
It looks amazing!
Oh, well. You can see on here, like, the little eyebrow curls and all the intricacies on his forehead.
Don't worry
got
about the
missed.
intricacies. I think it looks great.
Maybe I can find, like, a piece or something I can pin on there.
Perfect.
Well, there you go. That's my Iron Maiden pumpkin and our Halloween special. Just a little chat.
You did a great job.
Yeah.
We've had a great time meeting all you guys over the last couple weeks.
Yeah, we were intending to chat a little bit about the tour, but had some technical difficulties with carving this thing. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. Thank you to our Patreon members for their support. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.